The three best exercises in the entire world. You want to know this because you don't want to waste time in the gym. You want to get in there, get a great workout, have it achieve the outcomes that you want, help you achieve the goals that you've set out. You want to achieve them in as little time as possible. Well, in this episode, we'll give you guys the secret sauce according to three more professional fitness voices. We'll hear from Jack LaLanne, Chad Wright, and Ryan Terry to hear what they have to say about the three best exercises in the entire world. Tune in and take notes.
Welcome to the CrossFit Edwardsville Community Podcast, where we hear and learn from our coaches, CrossFitters, and Glen Ed community leaders. Now, here are your hosts, Dallas and Greg.
In this podcast, we give you guys what you need to know so you can look your best, feel your best, perform your best, live your best life, and make the most direct line, the straightest path to getting there with no wasted time. Choosing the best exercises for you and for your goals is a big part of that. This series of the podcast, we hear from some of the world's foremost exercise professionals, allows us to synthesize what are really the best of the best of the best, the most effective exercises for various goals. And what's really cool that we are discovering in this series is how many themes there are. There are commonalities from one person to the next, even despite differing goals. A lot of the tools that these professionals use in order to achieve an amazing body, to perform at an elite level in a competitive sport, and just feel great all day, feel great, and be able to go out and be empowered to live your best life. We definitely notice there are certain exercises that come up a lot. But today, we'll hear from Jack LaLanne, the godfather of fitness, Chad Wright, Navy SEAL and founder of the 307 Project, and a bodybuilder, Ryan Terry. Let's get right into it. If you were born before the 1980s, there's a very good chance you know this name, Jack LaLanne. He's sometimes known as the godfather of fitness because he was one of the first fitness influencers, one of the first people to go out there and really embrace mixed modal training and functional fitness and achieve an incredible level of health and wellness that was exemplary and inspiring to many people. But additionally, he got a lot of people to go to the gym in the first place. And so what does the godfather of fitness choose to be the real go-to exercises in his arsenal? He chose squats, deadlifts, and push-ups. Three exercises we've heard a lot from different professionals. What do you get from each of these exercises? First, squats. It's a full body exercise, a compound movement that challenges the muscles that surround your ankle, your knee, your hip, your back. And depending on which variation of squat you do, it can also challenge your shoulders. Every squat variation challenges your core. So if you want to have a stronger body in those areas and a stronger mind up on top, you got to be squatting. Additionally, deadlifts are a full body exercise, but instead of being a squatting movement, it's a hip hinge movement, and it really allows you to strengthen the backside of your body in an incredible way. So if you want to have your best performing body be as strong as possible in your legs, your back, and your mind, as well as shape an incredible backside, deadlifts are a part of your game plan. And the third exercise he chose was push-ups. The simple push-up. Somebody has once described it that there is nobody in the world too good for some push-ups. The simple act of achieving a plank position and then lowering yourself down with gravity, pressing yourself up against gravity, strengthens your core because, after all, a push-up is a moving plank exercise. Strengthens your triceps, your lats, strengthens your abs. Your legs are working to hold you straight. Your core and your midline is working to hold your midline neutral. Your arms, shoulders, elbows are working hard to move your body through space and against the resistance of gravity. Push-ups are an incredible exercise that requires no equipment. It can be done anywhere. And as we'll see from our next guest speaker, so to speak, uh, it's also a great exercise that you should be doing on a regular basis. Let's get into it, by the way. Our second contributor, whether they know it or not, in this episode is Chad Wright. Chad, I should edit this, that's Chad, Chadd, Wright. He's a Navy SEAL, a fitness personality, a fitness influencer. His Instagram lists him as a public figure. He's the founder of the 3 of 7 project. He's a public speaker who does public speaking motivational engagements to help leadership improve, like people in leadership positions to improve their leadership capacity and people to live their healthiest and best lives. Chad Wright is a big believer in exercising at home with whatever you have available to you, which a lot of the time is just your body, a floor, a wall, maybe a rafter, an I-beam somewhere. And so he uses these things to really embrace 5 mostly body weight exercises. Chad's top 5, we wanted 3, but we got 5 from him. Top 5 best exercises ever: pull-ups, push-ups, sit-ups, burpees, and any variation of squat with a bias to weighted squats. So we talked about squats and the benefits of that a little bit earlier with Jack LaLanne. We talked about the benefits of push-ups earlier with Jack as well. And then these other exercises we have on here. Pull-ups, push-ups, squats. All of these have come up multiple times. Chad Wright also throws in sit-ups as a great way of directly challenging and engaging the core as you exercise. Everybody needs a strong core. It's one of those universal things, no matter what application you want. You want to be able to play with your kids. You want to be able to play a sport. You want to be able to get up and down from the floor independently. You name it. Having a good, strong core is essential, and sit-ups help you get there. Additionally, Chad Wright champions burpees as one of his top 5 exercises as an all-around great way of getting your heart rate up, building your endurance, your stamina, muscular stamina, your conditioning. If you want to be able to have great endurance to go out and live life and not gas out super quickly, burpees can be a piece of the solution. And you might argue that if you're at a kind of place where gunfire is heard, the ability to hit the ground quickly or get up from the ground and hit the ground running, those are also potentially life-saving skills. So a lot of overlap between what Chad Wright, Navy SEAL, shares as his best ever exercises, as well as what Jack LaLanne says. Let's go to our third voice, Ryan Terry, a bodybuilder. Anytime you're hearing from a bodybuilder about the 3 best exercises, you have to know that they're biasing to exercises that put muscle on your body. When you hear from Chad Wright, Navy SEAL, he's looking for practical exercises that develop a wide range of capacity so you can go out and be ready for the unknown and unknowable, to be able to live life and take any challenge on directly, confidently, boldly, bravely, be able to swim and run and jump and fight through brush in the woods. You get that well-rounded capacity from your CrossFitters, Navy SEALs, and the exercises that they choose. What's interesting is a lot of the exercise choices, even when you go to bodybuilders whose goals are entirely aesthetic, they want to look some kind of way more than perform, but they often are choosing the same exercises. And that is definitely the case with Ryan Terry, who chose deadlifts, bench press, and squats. Deadlifts and squats we've talked about here already as compound full body exercises that build full capacity in your body. The bench press is essentially a relative of a push-up, but instead of pushing your body away from the ground, you're pushing an object or a set of objects away from your body. But these have in common that they are also compound movements, full body, essentially, exercises that build full body strength and mental strength and mental toughness, because you do a challenging set of any of these, it will test your mind and your ability to persevere in the face of adversity. And in the case of Ryan Terry, it's a great way of putting real muscle onto your body where maybe there isn't muscle there now, to fill in all of the gaps of your muscle wherever you're lacking muscle. Today, we've heard from Jack LaLanne, Chad Wright, and Ryan Terry with their best ever exercises. What do you think? Tell us what you think in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you guys on what you say are the world's greatest exercises. Are these guys totally crazy? Are they totally off their rocker? Or is what they're saying resonating with you? What works for you? What are your top exercises? Give us your feedback on these lists and give us your top 3 exercises, and we'll continue the conversation in the comments below. But right now, we thank you for the gift of your time and your attention, and we will see you guys in the next episode of the podcast. Coach G out.